So I think when we look at the 4IR in the context of the African economies, we really have to start by looking about where are our challenges. In the South African context, of course, we have challenges of poverty, of inequality, of unemployment. And in fact, in many of the markets, if you look at the colonial legacy, these are markets that have economies that are very concentrated still in raw materials. And they don't have a lot of the infrastructure that was built up in the developed part of the world, in a different era. So I think that the technologies and companies like MTN can play a role in trying to sort of leapfrog over some of the infrastructural challenges of the continent. Example of that is we don't need to go through the cycle of building the copper networks that characterized telecommunications in the 50s and the 60s. We can jump over those old technologies and right into modern mobile data networks like 4G and 5G. When it comes to financial services, in our markets, we have really a problem of distribution. There are relatively few banks, few branches, few ATMs, and using things like mobile financial services, fintech, again, we can use that power of the internet, the power of the smartphone to leapfrog over some of these infrastructural backlogs. So I think that's really important, and it's a fantastic opportunity. And then again, particularly in areas like education, healthcare, there is an enormous capacity for these technologies to solve some of these challenges. Think of distance learning, distance medicine, efficient diagnosis of patients, monitoring from remote locations. Think of a learner in a disadvantaged or rural area who can access on a tablet an artificial intelligence learning module that they start to answer questions, say, in a math syllabus. The system sees which ones are going wrong, intervenes with material to help the learner learn and grow. None of this is possible today, and it will all become possible going forward, and I think can make a huge impact in our markets.